Dave, are you ready?
No.
You're watching or listening to Forget Being Cool. We discuss the things you love.
It's the Forget Being Cool podcast for May 27th, 2020. I'm your host, Dave Moore. Joining me, of course, is my main man, on the internet, Johnny_Casino.
Dave, I have a number of things like starting off the show that I just need to talk about.
Okay,
right?
I'm ready, John. I just, before you say any of those things, I just want to put out this complaint directly at the beginning of the show. I still hate eBay.
Okay.
Okay, moving on.
Okay, so now should I start with a positive or should I start with a negative and follow it with a positive?
Start with the negative, John. Always.
Okay.
Always.
So here's
if you've learned anything from podcasting with Dave Moore, the man who likes nothing, you start with the negative.
Here's my negative is, man, my soundboard, and I like the fact that I have this digital soundboard because of the way I can run my wires and everything like that and make it work. But okay, so it has a 6x5, so it's got 30 buttons per saved board. And I think there might be an unlimited number of boards. I don't know. But so you put them in there, which it's not too big of a pain in the ass, but it's not the easiest thing in the world. And then so you put them in there and then you save it. Now, let's say you want to change one of those and you go to save it. You have to save it as a new board.
Yeah, but you can delete the previous board.
Maybe. I don't know.
John,
I have to give it a new name. So I have on here FBC, FBC2, FBC again, FBC intros, right? Like,
John, this is a you problem. The
problem is like
hold on.
a free. Hold on. The problem is I'm using a free soundboard program, and with as much as we use these things, I should just find one I can pay for. But I don't want a subscription one.
I paid like $30 for mine once. Like it was a one time pay. It is compatible on all my devices. I think I even get an iPad app if I still used an iPad in studio, which I no longer do.
Okay, I'm gonna have to look these up. Remind me when we're editing the show at the end and just kind of chatting for just a minute or two. Remind me to look that up and to get a new one.
Yes, John. This is a you problem, not the soundboard. The free
it's still a complaint.
Look. I'm allowed to make complaints about free software like OBS. And let me tell you why, John.
Because there's not a good solution to it?
Because there isn't another option.
Actually, okay, so there is. You can actually do like Elgato or something like that. It's got one that actually works okay. It's got some differences. I don't know I don't know enough about this to be like, oh, this is why the Elgato one's bad. And then there's some other one I ran across.
Except to run OBS, I need to run Elgato software to run it into OBS. And at least there's that damn plugin now.
I guess.
The point of this is my Elgato is a pain in the ass and doesn't work anyway, so I'm never going to capture anything or stream anything anyway. So I don't know why I'm complaining. I was playing with OBS the other day, and I thought, man, it'd be really fun if John and I could do Forget Being Cool live again. And then I was what's a real pain in the ass? To do Forget Being Cool live again.
So Dave, if I get new internet, right? Like,
yeah, you need to get some seriously good new internet.
well, here's the thing, right? So if the one company that does the fiber optic, like, will put their lines through here at some point, which I don't know when that's going to be. If they do that and I can move to the fiber lines, then one, that company is unlimited data, so I don't have to worry about data at all. And two, it's fiber, so my up speeds are going to be like quadrupled, if not more, right?
I mean, if I could get OBS to freaking work, we could do it from my end. It wouldn't be that big of a deal.
Yeah, but also I wouldn't mind doing it from my end if I had the other internet. The problem is I don't have that option.
I paid for the good internet, like theoretically, to do that, and I've lived here almost a year now. You know how many times I've streamed out of this house?
None.
You know what's really nice about the good internet though? I never see a buffering screen. So I picked my battles. I'm happy with it. I'm just bummed I didn't use it to its full potential, John.
Yeah. So here's the high note part is people seem to like some of our segments, right? People seem to like it. I now have 3 more pop, less flop products in the waiting. Now, we're not going to do one every single week because then it would just kind of make the segment no fun anymore. Like, to the listener, we'd still enjoy the hell out of it, but to the listener, it would not be as good. So they're kind of being held. So if you have sent one in, thank you very much. I will try to thank you specifically like when we do that product.
Right.
But I love how much people love it, and it's great.
I'm so happy that everybody sends these to John and not us collectively.
Well, no, and that's the thing is like I want you to not know about the thing ahead of time, so you have to send it to me.
Okay, sounds fair.
And so far, this is what's happening.
When I come up with a good segment, people better send me stuff.
Yeah, but we talked about this. It's like a number of the segments, it seems to work out better that I'm the one presenting that segment to you. The quizzes, these, I don't know, pop and flops, stuff like that. So we'll see. We'll see.
Yes.
The only other thing I wanted to tell you, I could tell you about is, and it's going to be a little bit before it comes out, but I did record with good old Sean Capri, so I am going to be back on We the Gamercast. We did talk about this show and Sean's love of it, and specifically the more pop, less flop.
Okay.
So we'll see what that does. At a great time. We talked almost none about video games and so little about podcasting, and end up in just some of the most bizarre off the wall conversations. It was a great time.
That's what that show is. That's the beauty of that show, and that's what makes We the Gamercast stand out as an interview show over any other podcast. That's like, here's my interview show. I'm really generic and boring, right? Like, there is something to be said about the dynamic that show creates. So,
yeah. So that was a good time.
I will listen to it.
Oh, good. Thanks, Dave.
You're welcome,
Thanks.
John.
You're welcome. I mean, thanks. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. Dave.
Yes, hi.
I have a question for you.
Oh, do you?
I do. I got a question. Let me ask you something, Dave.
Okay.
You like The Office?
I do.
Right?
I do enjoy The Office.
Okay.
I do enjoy The Office Ladies podcast.
So do I. When does that come out? What day of the week?
I don't know. It seems random right now.
Because
Even though they record episodes like 3 months in advance, somehow, it comes out randomly.
So
Can we talk about something they said on the show that drove me nuts the other day though?
Sure.
And I thought about, I understand why they do it, but they said they're recording the episodes out of order sometimes. And I'm sure that has
what was the deal with that?
So after I
Is it
read
probably the guest.
That's the only thing I could come up with. So they wanted a guest for a specific episode, and to schedule it to do it, they had to record a previous guest episode at a different time.
Well, but a lot of times their guests are like a separate call, like a separate audio thing.
Right.
So they could have just done that part a different time and then done the rest of the conversation in order. Whatever. I didn't even realize they filmed like sitcom episodes out of order, like actual episodes of TV shows. I didn't realize that those got filmed out of order a bit.
Oh no, that happens all the time.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I have no idea how these things work, Dave.
Well, go to film school, John.
I guess.
No, actually, this is something you do. You can learn this, John. This is needed advice for content creators. Would you like to play the Radio is Lame jazz music so I could teach a lesson? Just kidding.
I do not have that queued up right now. Otherwise, I would. It's such a good song. Okay.
Let me say this, though, John. When you are producing something that requires multiple parts, one of the jobs in organizing those parts is figuring out what the easiest and most direct way to get those parts is.
Okay, but and that makes sense why they film parts of an episode out of order, right? Mm-hmm. Like how they might film the final scene before the scene before it or whatever, right? Mm. But to film episode 8 before episode 3 doesn't make sense to me.
It does if you have a plot line that requires you going to another place.
Mm.
Or
if you're going to shoot on location.
If you're going to shoot anything on location, you're going to shoot in any other kind of location. Somebody else is shooting a movie at this time, but they're a key interval to this storyline. That's why you write a season ahead. Like we do for this show, John. All our jokes are pre-written.
They are pre.
I wrote them a month and a half ago. That's why they seem.
It turns out they're still valid.
Yeah.
Like, spot on, Dave. Spot on. Okay,
It's
so
almost like I tell these stories like they actually happened yesterday.
Dave, back to my original question. So you
Oh.
like The Office?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Now, Office had 9 seasons. Now, how did you feel about the final bit of The Office?
So the build up to the end of The Office, I dislike quite a bit. Do I enjoy the way The Office ends? Yes, I do.
Yeah,
Does that make sense?
So the last few seasons when they were still trying to figure out like how are they going to do it without Steve Carell, like parts of that were good and parts of it were just kind of like
Most
right?
of it is pretty eh.
Yeah, there are some great episodes though. So we watch it on shuffle at night. Like that's our go to bed show. We put it on, put the sleep timer on, go to sleep. But we watch the show on shuffle because it's on my Plex server. And every once in a while, I'll catch an episode that's like later on that I've only seen maybe once that I will just be cracking up at because I don't remember the episode very well.
I think it's got its really good highlights, which is what makes it bearable to watch. But there are so many awful characters that get introduced later
You're not kidding.
that I can't stand. And that's the problem. It was the introduction of a bunch no, I shouldn't say a bunch. A few very awful characters.
Okay.
That destroy the show.
This.
Okay.
We need to talk about this. Who are these characters that destroy the show for you?
Oh, Robert California.
Here's my problem with that is James Spader is amazing.
Yeah. I don't disagree with that statement.
But him in that role I did not like either.
Yeah, it's the character. It's the character specifically that I don't like. And then what's the
redhead girl that shows up.
What's her stupid name?
I don't remember. But there were some funny parts about that, like when she dressed up as Toby.
Yes.
For Halloween.
Yes.
And then they ended up kissing, and then like they had this weird thing for each other, or maybe Toby had a weird thing from her, which was really weird because that just basically meant he kind of had a crush on himself.
Right. But at the same time as that joke, as funny as it is, I almost feel like crosses the line into a new level of absurdity versus like, Michael, slamming his foot into the George Foreman grill because he likes the smell of bacon in the morning. Like, something about that seems more plausible than somebody having a crush on somebody who dressed up like them and then they fell in love with them. Like, do you see
Dude, hold on. The talking head that goes along with Michael stepping on the George Foreman grill, like him explaining how that broke down is one of the funniest things that ever happens on that show. It is so good.
It is definitely one of the best moments of that entire show, hands down.
Okay, so let's get back to this. So you like the show, you like the way it ended. The build-up wasn't great. Now, would you like a 10th season if it had Michael Scott and it had Dwight and it had Pam and it had Jim? Would you like a 10th season like that?
Maybe.
So let me tell you where you can find this 10th season, Dave. There is a super fan, Nick Janicki, has written a 24 episode 10th season of this and brought back those characters. I don't know. I'm not going to go flip through here and try. It's on the internet.
See, here's the problem, John. I want that, but do I want them to write it to be a thing? Like the way. I'm sorry.
Hold on. Wait, continue. Wait, sorry. Continue what you're saying, and then
John interrupted me to tell me to stop, to tell me to keep going. I just want to.
I changed my mind on the importance of this. This is very important what I'm about to tell you, but I want to hear. I decided it was rude of me to not hear you through on your point.
I feel like whatever hoop we have to jump through to get us to that plot line, no matter what, ruins like everything that they did to wrap up that show. Plus, bringing Michael back, as much as I want that as a fan of Michael, right?
Yeah.
I also do feel like he deserved the ending he got, and therefore taking it away from him feels wrong. Okay.
I'm torn on this. I was about to start reading you the script. It's so if you go to theofficefanfic.com, by the way, that is the website, theofficefanfic.com.
Now, can I ask for a really more important request?
Sure.
Can the entire cast of The Office just do a table read podcast of this fanfic?
So they've talked about this with a number of different shows trying to do it. And I think scheduling is the issue with something like this because many people from The Office are doing other things.
That's why I say they just record their lines and stuff.
So kind of like the idea that I had where I wanted to find someone's fanfic script on the internet, send out parts to different people, have them just read their parts and their parts only.
Right.
I'd edit it together and release it.
So take Sam, the editor of The Office ladies. You have a new job.
I want to do this for real.
No, but if you took the actual cast and had them do it, it would be fun, and it's not that like a high effort thing if they make it a podcast. For a real production studio to make something like that, it's easy. Come on.
I guess.
And the problem is they'd be like, I need to be paid for this.
I wonder about that because there's a number of people who've been coming back and doing certain things, especially like during the lockdown and whatever. And it makes you wonder how many of them are doing it because it's fun.
There's a lot of them that I believe would do it for fun. There's a few people who I feel be like, I need a paycheck to do that. I need a paycheck to sit in my bedroom in a closet and record lines into a microphone.
So kind of on this note, this I guess another just a little complaint I have here. Oh, by the way, guys, just go to this Office or NJANICKI.com. Anyways, you'll find these things. I kind of want to read through them in time. But I was listening to the Scrubs rewatch podcast, right? Fake Doctors, Real Friends.
Okay.
And Zach Braff and Donald Faison were talking about how popular their podcast has gotten, and to the point where they're going to end up like on The View or something like that. I don't remember what show because of this podcast. And they're like, it's amazing. I can't believe people want to hear this. And I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, you two are famous people from a very famous TV show with lots of fans, and you didn't expect this to be a hit? Like, are you that far out of reality?
I wonder if these people are that far out of reality, John.
And I mean, I say that in a negative way, sure. But I mean, I really like Zach Braff and Donald Faison in their professional lives and from what I hear about their private, private lives and stuff like that. I enjoy both of them. But it's like, seriously, of course.
John, it's when we sit here and look, this may sound like a little bit ignorant, but I don't care. Everybody, hi to the 12 of you who listen to this show. That number gets slightly bigger every week. I don't know if the amount of wow. I don't know if the amount of listeners are actually increasing or not on this show. It doesn't matter to me. That's not the point, right? We are capable, you and I, of sitting in this room and recording a podcast, right? We're capable of getting it on the internet. You can do that for free now. We don't even do it for free. We technically pay for it, right?
Yeah.
But there's this huge demographic of people who either think it's impossible, right, which is 100% false. The other group of people seem to not understand how easy it is, especially with the resources they have to do this and have it be a success. If you are a famous actor or actress or just a famous person, you're sitting at like 10,000 followers on Twitter plus, right? Anything above that, I feel like real followers. You go make a podcast. You'd make more money off that podcast than I make a year off each episode.
Yeah, you're not kidding. And it kills me because the work that you and I put into this show. Right. And don't get wrong, we don't put in the same amount of work as some other people put into their thing.
Right. No, of course not. And that's why I want to put this foot down. It's like, John and I don't do a lot here. Right? Like, sure, we do it 3 times a week. Sure, it's a big time commitment, but we do it mostly for fun. right? Like,
Yeah.
this is we only do this for fun. There's a reason that the show fell off for like a year and a half too, right? Like, we couldn't do it, and because it's just a hobby for fun, that's what it is. If these people put in half the effort we do, they could have shows that are a million times more successful than this one.
Well,
And they wouldn't
they wouldn't even because they have editors,
right.
and they have
well, that's
producers,
my point.
and all these things.
That's my point, John. Is if they put in the minimal effort that we do, right? Like if they did,
less than that.
Well, yeah, less effort than us. They can have shows that no matter what, no matter the quality or the quality of the actual content, the listenership of that show would be extravagantly large compared to this one, right?
Yeah,
it's because
Bastards.
I'm not famous. I've never been on
Yet.
a TV show.
Yeah.
I just want to throw that out there. So, when these people who aren't doing anything, Jim doing Some Good News, it's called Some Good News, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's great. Good. Finally, somebody just doing it. And you can tell
it seems like
you can tell he's doing it himself. Like,
and it also, I haven't listened to it, but it seems like it's
a
like
YouTube show.
But it seems like it's a productive thing to do, right? Like you get famous people that do these things, and it's just because they need the money or they just want to do it or whatever. It seems like John Krasinski's thing is like a big positive and productive thing for someone to be doing.
It's about some good news during these extremely hard times. The same reason that John and I are here to laugh and have fun with you guys again, because despite the fact that this is a terrible situation, we have been handed and given the amount of time to do it again.
Dave, I absolutely love how you talk about how we're here to laugh and have fun with you guys as we bitch about celebrities who have it too easy when it comes to podcasting.
Anybody who's in their multi-million-dollar home complaining about quarantine needs to kiss my ass.
Hey,
Okay.
You know what? You say that, and I agree to an extent, right? But like, if you're famous and your posse's with you, then maybe. But like, it can still be lonely even if you have a big old house.
Yeah, but saying you're lonely and complaining that you can't do anything are two very different things.
It's true, because you could probably go to your basketball court that's in your garage, or your tennis court that's in your front lawn,
and
or
play
ride
with
your horses.
and play with virtual LeBron. Okay.
Ooh, virtual LeBron.
Yeah.
Okay, Dave, let's have some laughs.
Okay. I'm sorry, everybody. We had to go off this rant.
Dave, are you ready? Are you ready for your thing?
Sure, John. I'm ready.
Oh, apparently there was like a commercial playing that I didn't realize. And
.com. That's all I heard.
Yeah, you caught the end of that. But here's something better that you can hear.
Shelves are full, and what's on them often forgotten. Sad games and some other media silently cry out to be played again and given the attention that they deserve. This is why John and Dave get together each week. They force each other to take one of these sad games off the shelf, dust it off, and give it some love. Their discussions of games and other game-related topics will surely go off the deep end, but they always pay homage to those that are shelved and forgotten.
It's shelved and forgotten. I'm Dave Moore. Joining me, of course, is my main man on the internet, Johnny_Casino.
Dave.
Yeah, hi, John.
I hate websites.
Oh, I hate
because they want to throw all these
autoplay.
ads in them, and they just pop up in their own little miniature pop-up thing inside the website, and they take forever, and you can't just get. And then, depending on what you're on, especially if you're on mobile, and these little ads pop up and go away, and so like what you're looking at shoots up and down the screen on your phone.
Oh, the second a website implements an ad like that, like on an article,
close
then I'm done. I'm not reading your freaking article. Screw you, and I'm probably never coming to your site ever again.
And they just lost one penny, and that's all. That's what you're worth to them as a viewer.
That's exactly it. That's why Despite the fact that the reality is, John, they still made the penny.
Yeah, they won't make the next penny.
Right. John,
Right.
Sheldon Forgotten, it's happening.
Hey, Sheldon Forgotten. Woo!
Woo! Somebody knows what that is. Woo!
Okay, Dave.
Yeah, hi.
Hi.
I bought a game.
Okay.
I bought a game on eBay.
Sure, I did that. Well, no, I bought mine other places, but what'd you buy?
I bought for the Nintendo 64 because that's
Okay.
the catalog I'm adding to right now.
Okay.
Although I've got plenty to go, is Pokemon Puzzle League.
I don't know how I'm supposed to react to this.
I with overwhelming joy and excitement.
Oh my God, you got that? Oh man, what a steal.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay,
I know this game by title alone.
it is the only Pokemon game that was exclusively released in the U.S. and not in Japan.
Okay. I'm not sure that makes it a good thing or not.
Did you play Tetris Attack?
Like a long time ago.
So Tetris Attack, which is not actually Tetris at all, it's moving blocks around to make groups of 3 on the Super Nintendo. It is now on the Super Nintendo Online for Switch. It is but it is listed as Paddle de Pawn because paying licensing money to Tetris seems like a waste of money in 2020. For a game that was never actually Tetris to begin with, they just wanted to slap Tetris on it to make money. So I played that, John. Okay, I booted up Paddle de Pawn, which I've never played. I've only heard of Tetris Attack. Tetris 99 was probably my game of the year last year. Okay,
so weird.
Tetris 99 is amazing. Tetris Effect is amazing. It's the best PS4 game there is. Period. End of story.
In VR, the game is phenomenal.
Better than Final Fantasy VII Remake. Better than God of War. Maybe not better than Spider-Man. It's probably a pretty close second with Spider-Man.
Okay.
Anyway, John. So I booted up Paddle de Pawn, which I've never played. And I played it for like an hour, maybe. Probably not a full hour. But it's a puzzle game. So how much time do I need to put in it to form an opinion? And I don't know. And I had this realization, John, that despite the fact that, I consider myself good to okay at Tetris, right? I'm super good at Bejeweled. Love Bejeweled.
Did you ever play Peggle?
I have not played Peggle.
You should probably have access to Peggle on the Xbox, and it is a great game. I played all the way through Peggle and loved it.
I suck at Dr. Mario.
Peggle is not like that, so you're good. I'm
okay at Dr. Mario World, but I actually hate that game.
Okay.
I played far too much of that game to be proud of. Anyway, John, so despite that, I decided I wanted to play the Pokemon version of Tetris Attack, which is Pokemon Puzzle League. Now, I've only booted this up for a little while.
Okay.
But the exciting part is I won a bid on eBay. I got it for what I consider a very affordable price, considering it was $2 less than I would have paid to buy it from GameStop, who doesn't seem to have it in stock. Right? If GameStop is my bar of pricing. The person who owned this cartridge before me, John, turned off all the sound effects for everything. So it's just it's just
the fact that
just the
like
shitty
the settings are saved in the cartridge.
Yes, that is. Yeah. So it had only the shitty Pokemon music and 64-bit audio, Nintendo 64 audio music versions of those songs. And I was like, man, something feels off about playing this game. I feel like I should hear, like pops or flops or something.
If you hadn't said it, I would have.
You know what, Sean? Believe it or not, we have a similar comedy style. And you're like about to correct me. It's like, nope, not true. Anyway, John, so I quite enjoy this. I find Pokemon Puzzle League quite easier. Now I said it's easy because I'm new to Tetris Attack, everybody. I set it to easy. I find it easier to play, although that might have been just because now I've invested more time into, Paddle de Pawn / Puzzle League / Tetris Attack.
Okay.
I like it, John. I need more puzzle games that are this good, because these are fun. I like games like this.
but you need that kind of puzzle game, right? Not like any kind of puzzle game.
But I like Tetrisphere.
Well, okay, so the reason I asked that is because I'm playing a puzzle game right now quite a bit. So every night I play 3 or 4 levels of it, and it's the Picross S4. That is a very different type of puzzle.
I hate Picross.
Oh man, I'm loving this game.
Yeah,
it's the newest one. It was like $10, and it's fantastic.
You and Jesse Waldeck sitting there loving Picross.
It is good, and the reason I decided to check it out was because like they kept talking about it on IGN, like people kept harassing other people on IGN. I guess because Per Schneider was like, everyone needs to play this game, and so I was like, you know what, I need something light to play. The music is so soothing, and I can just listen to it be so soothing as I go to sleep.
This could be the game I get into, John. It's every single one of those games I didn't play, or that I did play, didn't enjoy it. I hate Sudoku. And
then you're probably not going to like Picross.
For some reason, it felt like the same kind of game.
I mean, it's a similar-ish game, right? Like it's a grid-based puzzle game.
Yeah, it felt like the same brain muscles were being used to play both games, and I don't like either one of them.
Dave, let me tell you a couple shelved and forgotten-esque topics that I have for you.
Oh, do you? Do you have a topic?
No, I have just a couple games that I played, and I guess now is the time that we can use it, and it's not being considered a crutch. So I booted up my Wii U today because I was going to play Pikmin 3. I got through the title screen. I got to the screen where you first introduced the weird guy who is not Olimar in this one. And things started happening on Animal Crossing where like I found out that someone had been waiting for him to open up his gates. It was like, oh, hey, they're open up. You can come sell. So I had like one pocket full of turnips. So I went over there and sold and checked out his place.
So who was that?
Tim Ulf, I believe.
Thanks, Tim. Didn't message me for turnips. I have turnips to sell.
Hey, look. Here's the thing. Go to the Megadad's Discord.
I'm in it.
Go hop into the to the Animal Crossing section, and that's most of the conversation in there is who's got what turnip prices that week.
Okay, this is maybe a use for Discord other than me and Andy playing occasional games together.
Yeah, all my Megadad stuff is all to the Discord, so I actually have Discord open quite a bit now. But I got almost nowhere in Pikmin 3 because one thing after another kept happening, and then I had to wake my wife up from her nap so we could start getting dinner ready. The other thing is I bought a number of like older games. So I don't know if I told you on here or not, but I did eventually buy Color Splash. So Paper Mario Color Splash, because I need it on my shelf. It's on its way. Everybody's Golf is on its way because there's going to be a tournament coming up. And then I also picked up a PSVR game. Before that, though, I got some retro games. And I got a game. I don't think I've talked to you about this. It's the weirdest Mario game I've ever played in my life. Have you ever played Mario is Missing?
I feel like we talked about this like a year ago.
I don't know how we would have, because I have never seen it until right now. It is bizarre.
Weird.
Like you're running down streets and trying to talk to people so that you can determine who stole something so you can get gates to open up. It is strange.
So it's just Animal Crossing except on the Super Nintendo, right?
No. It is nothing like that.
You said gates need to be open.
Yeah, like so this weird looking Princess Peach is like having gates to these other worlds closed off.
Oh, so it's Orville. Is there like 12 different dialogue trees?
No, Dave, no, Dave. We talked about how you gotta like buy into the bit and like go with the bit. The other half of that is like knowing when to let a bit die fast.
You know what, Sean?
Like, oh man, this bit did not bite.
I finally hooked up an old console since I moved into this house because I didn't have anything to play on it, and I ordered something that I need to play on it. But hooking up to a CRT, John. You want to talk about that?
What happened? What console?
I when we were doing Shelton Forgotten, right? When Shelton Forgotten was still a thing, I was reacquiring all my consoles, like everything I had lost, because as a dumb teenager, I sold everything I had. Which
me too.
Looking back at it, I had everything that you could possibly want that's worth money right now, and you regret it. You regret it quite a bit because you should have never sold your Super Nintendo and your NES with all the games, right? For nothing. right? For
Sure.
what now having a job and income was nothing. Okay. John, I bought, this is such a stupid thing to buy. I bought an NES Zapper and the
Nice.
Duck Hunt Mario cartridge for the NES
So,
because I don't
yeah,
have it, because I don't have the let me tell you the only NES game I have, John.
Okay.
The Legend of Zelda.
Oh, yeah. Well, I have a lot more than that.
I do not.
So,
I would
here's the
like
thing
to
with-
reacquire a lot of games. You want to know the stupidest game I want again?
What's that?
I want Kung Fu.
I don't have Kung Fu. I never liked Kung Fu that much.
I did. I liked it quite a bit. It was probably my favorite NES game, which is
Oh,
crazy to say. I know, but I really
Yeah,
liked it.
no, that's just weird. So right in front of me, up on the shelf here where I'm pointing, is the Mario Duck Hunt game. I do not have the Zapper. I want the Zapper. I don't care that I can ever hook it up. They actually have a thing now that you can use. It's like this thing you can get that goes like between the cartridge and the system or something like that, and you can play like Zapper games on like newer TVs. I don't know how well it works. I don't know if it's any good.
I hooked up a CRT specifically to play this.
Well,
now-
there you go.
Now, mind you, I have multiple CRTs that I keep around for
I have zero.
for stuff like this.
So what I want, Dave. So I want a Zapper, so it can sit up on a shelf, like on display. I want the Super Scope 6 really bad, even if I never use it, because I hear it wasn't great.
I want to rob the robot really bad. We talked about this recently, though.
Yeah, and I also want a Power Glove. The Power Glove is the one of those four things that I want to be working. I want to every once in a while be able to put the Power Glove on and actually play a game with it.
That's a really weird desire, John. I agree, although I'm at the point with my collection and organizing my collection that I want everything to work. And
Here's the thing is,
if it doesn't work, it's no longer part of my collection.
see,
For
a lot of things that would be the case.
It can become a display piece if I already have it, right? But I will never acquire something broken.
So the Zapper, the Super Scope, I don't really care if those work. I'm never ever going to use them.
Is there any other Zapper game other than Duck Hunt?
Yeah. There was a few, not a lot, but there was a few.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Is there anything worthwhile you can think of?
Not that I can remember.
Okay.
I know they're out there.
So I got the cartridge with the Zapper for like $20. I got lucky.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, I know. I got lucky.
I guess.
I mean,
I don't know what a Zapper goes for.
It seems to go for $30 normally to get both.
Oh, okay.
So I feel like I got a deal. That will be here this week. Now, I took it to my very tiny CRT, and therefore I might regret it. But I will maybe move it out to the garage just so I can play it on the big one that I have in the garage.
Dave.
Yes, John.
I have one last thing.
I hope Duck Hunt's good.
Huh?
I hope it's a good game.
I
remember it being fun.
Have you never played Duck Hunt?
No, I've played it tons. I even played that weird projector game that no one seems to have or ever remember. But there was like one that you like put down on the floor and it would project ducks on the wall and you could shoot them. Worked the same way as the NES Zapper. This is a real thing that I definitely remember existing and playing a crap ton of it. And I don't know what happened to it.
Okay.
Yes, John. Your last
So,
thing. Then we'll get out of here.
It sounds. Well, okay, yeah. So here's my last thing, Dave. So I'm tying this in here just because it's video game related, and we need to not do video games on any other things except for this. So my wife has been playing a lot of Animal Crossing. Like I've gotten to the point where I play every day. I still put a good bit of time, but not nearly as much as I used to. Just I've done so much. So certain days I just don't need to do as much.
That's where I'm at too, John.
So, but I have a lot of other games I can play. My wife, that's the only game she's ever been like this big into, and you could tell how much she loves doing it. But she's gonna get to a point soon where she's not gonna have as much stuff to do to fill the amount of time that she wants to play it. So I'm trying to find the other thing. There needs to be an other thing that she would also get into.
I've been thinking
that she'd be
this.
like, okay.
I've been thinking the same thing about Rachel. Is like she's gonna listen to this, right? Hi,
Who?
Rachel. She really loves Animal Crossing. She really does, whether she'll tell you or not. But prior Animal Crossing, she would tell you that she doesn't like games, right? She'd dabble with Mario Odyssey a little bit, right?
Sure, that's kind of the way.
She'd play Mario Kart if everybody's playing Mario Kart. She'll play Rock Band if everybody's playing Rock Band, right? But like the idea of sitting down and playing a game was never a thing that she would just do before Animal Crossing. And I'm trying to think of what other game I could show her, because I know, and she's hearing this thinking, you're right, but there is an end to Animal Crossing, and because you and I have played a lot of games, we see it sooner, I think. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm really excited to go in every day and check the sister shop and make sure I get some cool clothes, make sure I make the little bit of money, do a couple little things here and there, but like, I don't want to play it for 5 hours like I was.
No, I want to make sure I talk to everyone. I want to get a few extra items. Right. I want to see if someone's leaving, see if there's someone in my campsite, see who's there.
I'm gonna do that.
Shake all the streets.
I'm gonna probably do that every day
for the next 3 years.
Right, for 3 years, and I'm thrilled to do that. But my investing large amounts of time into it is probably close to done. I'm gonna probably build that stage like you. I'm probably gonna build an arcade like you, and then my island will be basically full and complete. And the only way I need to do another like renovation project is that I get given more buildings or more things to do.
Well, you got to keep buying stuff because in theory that'll make shops either grow or appear or something. Like, you keep the economy going and the show can continue. But the question is, what is the other game though?
The irony. I keep the economy going in Animal Crossing.
But here's the thing is like, what is the other game? And if someone out there listening can like give me some suggestions. So I thought about the Harvest Moon games, which I want to say are not Harvest Moon anymore. I don't know. Story of Seasons or something like that maybe is the game. I forget. It's got some other name now. I thought about what was that one that was kind of like one of those?
Stardew Valley.
Yeah, Stardew Valley, which I have on my computer already.
From what I know about Stardew Valley, I feel like it's it's not the correct direction to move. It's not the same kind of game.
Well, the problem is, so there is a little bit more to there's a little bit of combat. If you want to do everything, you have to go in certain areas where there is some combat. But the other problem is like one of the big appeals of Animal Crossing is the villagers and the different races of them, different animal types or whatever, right? And that's what I cannot find.
The PC term, John, would be species.
Yeah, whatever. But like I cannot find another one that she would get that aspect out of. And I don't know if she wants to do just a farming thing. Although I have, after listening to the latest Way the Gamer cast, like I am very tempted to hop into Farming Simulator on PS4. I think I had it with PS Plus at some point.
I think I do actually have that too.
Yeah, there's part of me that wants to play Farming Simulator. I booted it up one time and I was like, this is garbage. But the reality is if you probably give it more than 5 minutes, it might be fun.
I don't know if fun will be the correct word. I keep thinking about, there is a new Harvest Moon coming.
Yeah,
soon or something, right? Like, that tempts me.
Which I think, so once again, I don't think it's called Harvest Moon. I think it's called like Stories of Seasons. Or I was listening to something today that talked about like someone owns the name and someone else owns the original game and blah, blah, blah. It's coming out in July.
I wonder if I need, the reason I enjoy this game so much is I feel like it's been a long time since I had a game like this, right? I feel like to jump to another game that's just like this one, I'll burn out on whatever that one is really quick. Real quick.
But would Amy, like would my wife, burn out on if this is the only thing she's been into like this ever?
Right, that's the question. Right, so pick up Harvest Moon. Will she like it? Will Rachel like it as much as they both like Animal Crossing?
And it has to be on the Switch because she actually enjoys playing on the Switch. And she plays in here. I got like little things that holds the Switch attached to the top of the Pro controller. So she plays with the Pro controller with the Switch up on top of it. Yeah. So anyway, that's my last thing.
I have Switch docks in every room because I'm one of those people. So,
well, I mean, we have multiple Switch docks too. It's just there are times when still, isn't the best thing for that. Anyway, that's it. Anyone out there listening, if you want to throw a suggestion my way, I'd be happy to hear it.
Yeah, me too. Tag both of us because I'm curious. I booted up Pokemon Snap just for shits and giggles the other day.
Oh, that game is so dumb.
I mean, I like that game a lot.
I've played it a couple times. It is so dumb.
The controls are inverted, like every video game ever.
Okay.
That relies on pointing, but Rachel was trying to play it, and she's like, "These controls are stupid." I'm like, "You're not wrong," although it's mostly because the N64 controller.
Oh yeah.
It's bad. It's actually bad, and I felt bad that I said, you try it," and I was like, "Oh wait, this is maybe not the game to try."
Dave, are you ready to get out of this segment?
Sure, John. That's how you wrap up a segment. Boop-a-doo-doo-doo. John, those guys on that Sheldon Forgotten segment, I don't know.
They drug it out longer than they probably should have, but that's their own fault.
They brought a video game to talk about, and they barely talked about it. I'm not even sure that guy played it nearly enough to talk about.
It seems like they were basically just using it as a crutch to get all their video game conversation out of the way.
Yeah, it's almost like these guys were doomed to do a video game podcast for the rest of forever.
No,
I had a really good idea for a video game YouTube channel today that I can't share because I have to keep it in my back pocket in case I decide to ever make it. If I completely
Can you share it with me after the show?
No.
Oh, this is nonsense.
In case I ever decide to abandon everything I'm doing now and start fresh again.
Oh, this is nonsense. Okay. Dave.
Don't worry, John. It's never going to happen.
Dave, we need to end on what could be a humorous note.
Okay.
I have a quiz for you. And you know how these quizzes go. Sometimes they end up pretty funny. And sometimes they end up really lame.
Okay.
But I'm getting all of these from Mental Floss. So at least the quality of the quiz is good. It's just like, does this quiz inspire humor?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So,
or do I go, sat on? Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, here's the problem. You have a timer on this one, Dave. You have 20 questions. There's a 3-minute timer.
As long as you're reading the questions to me, John.
Yeah. Well, you're not going to be able to have to see them. All right. Here's the quizzes. Can you choose whether the animated series or live action came first? So I'm going to tell you a thing, and you got to tell me if it was the animated version or the live action that came out first.
Oh, God.
Do you understand the rules, Dave?
Yes.
Okay. Here we go, Dave. Beetlejuice.
The live action. Live action.
Okay. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Definitely the animated.
Men in Black.
Definitely the live action.
Dudley Do-Right.
I don't even know what that is.
Well, pick one.
Let's say animated.
Clerks. Some of these are way too easy.
Live action, duh.
Have you seen the cartoon of Clerks?
I haven't.
It doesn't
actually.
look like it's that great.
It doesn't look like it's that great. I've not seen it.
Neither have I. Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Animated, duh.
The Mask.
Live action.
Jumanji.
There's an animated Jumanji?
I don't know.
Live action.
Yogi Bear.
Animated. There was a live action Yogi Bear movie?
I'm sure there was. The Smurfs.
The animated.
This quiz is very easy. Transformers.
Animated.
Ace Ventura Pet Detectives.
Oh. It's got to be live action.
Yeah, was there a cartoon of that?
I don't know. Was there?
Not to my knowledge.
See, that's the problem, John. Is I'm not sure there was an animated version of that, and it feels,
definitely did not come out before it, though.
But if it existed, it could have existed in like obscurity before the thing. Inspector Gadget was animated first, but I grew up on the live action movie, so that makes it for that's
with what's his name with Okay, hold on. Let's get through these one. The Flintstones.
I was gonna grab a VHS copy of Inspector Gadget because it's within arm reach of me.
Okay.
I'm sorry, what?
Okay. Get that in a second. The Flintstones.
Animated,
Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
live action,
Scooby-Doo, Where Are You?
definitely live action. Animated, duh.
I
Come
almost
on.
clicked on it because you said it.
Oh my
The
God, John, stop it. Come on, I'm not that dumb.
The Mummy.
There's an animated mummy.
I don't know, but your time
live action.
Police Academy. And yes, there was a Police Academy cartoon, and it was fantastic.
Live action.
Garfield.
Animated.
Ghostbusters.
Live action.
Okay, so you got them all right. That was the easiest damn quiz I could have ever found for you.
It's a little too far to reach the Inspector Gadget VHS, but I can see it.
Did you ever watch the Police Academy cartoon?
No, I don't. Never seen either, John.
You mean the TV show or the cartoon?
Right.
Oh, that's messed up. You need to watch that.
Maybe.
Okay. Would you like to do one more quick one?
Yeah, one that's more entertaining and not on a time limit because
This one's on a time limit, but it's longer time limit, and it should be more entertaining.
Let me break this down for you, John. This is
Okay.
podcasting quiz 101
Okay.
for listeners. Hi, listeners. When you put somebody on a time limit, the questions better be funny by themselves because there's no time for jokes.
No, I got you, and I understand. And I guess if we run out of time on this one, we run out of time on this one. That's fine.
Okay.
Okay, you ready? This is called, can you choose the correct word to complete each title?
Oh God, this is not.
Yes, this will be a lot more entertaining. The sword, blank, the stone.
The sword
And or in.
Oh, there's choices. The sword in the stone.
Okay. It seems like and in are your two options again. The fast, blank, the furious.
The fast and the furious.
Okay. It looks like and in are like the options for all of these. Indiana Jones, blank, the Temple of Doom.
And the Temple of Doom. This is worse, John, than the last one.
Alice, blank, chains.
Alice and chains.
And chains? Wrong. It's Alice in chains. Old man, blank, the sea. Is it old man and the sea or old man in the sea?
Part of me really wants it to be in the sea.
Which one do you want to go with?
And
Earth, wind, blank, fire. In or and?
Earth, wind, in fire. Yes, absolutely.
And it is. This is so bad. The Lion, the Witch, in the Wardrobe is one of your options. Are any of these difficult?
No.
The Fox. Oh, here's one. The Fox, blank, the Hound. Can you imagine if the movie was called The Fox in the Hound? Disney would not be able to make that. Beauty in the Beast? Harry Potter in the Chamber of Secrets? That's not nearly as funny.
That's actually, that feels like it's like the European title. That's not good.
Sex and the City or Sex in the City? Either one would work.
That's the problem with that one is I feel like I probably heard both.
You're probably right. I'm trying to go through these if any of the other ones are good.
Mm-hmm.
And this is such a bad, what is going on here, right? What the hell is happening, Mental Floss? Give me a quiz that's difficult.
But also, time limits. Oh, this could have been really funny if it was just missing words, and I had to guess the words.
Yeah, well, and that's what I thought it would be.
Yeah, well, it's always ended in, John.
Apparently.
The Parenting Podcast, Johnny Casino and Chelsea Capri.
Yeah. I almost recorded that today, but it's getting pushed. Ooh, square off toilet paper with this bidet toilet seat that's easy to install and costs less than $100.
John has gone off the deep end, everybody.
I'm under this smart shopping area of mental floss.
You know, John, here's the thing about web browsing.
Mental floss is great, and they just have a thing on Fridays now that's like the best deals on Amazon. And everyone needs to know the best deals on Amazon.
Amazon's back to like 2-day shipping, by the way, it feels like.
So everything's essential, or?
I think everything's back to normal in the Amazon shipping world, despite the world seems to think that everything's back to normal, even though it's not.
Dave?
Yes, John.
I found a video. It's how to install this bidet, and I think I'm going to have to watch it as soon as we get done with the show.
You know, John, this is the thing about web browsing during the show.
Dave,
Hi,
Dave,
John.
but here's the problem. I understand the concept of a bidet, right? Like, I've never used one, but I understand the concept of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of understand how it works. But, like, if you get a good one, it's heated normally, which this one doesn't look like it probably is. So a cold burst of water on your butthole cannot be the best thing in the world, although it's a hell of a way to wake up in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
But I just kind of want to see how this thing, like, I want to see her set it up and, like, hit the button that makes it go just so I can see.
John, I'm as curious as you. Every house in this city, the bathroom is too small to add another, appliance. Bidet to you, sir.
See? It's a great segment that we're going to have to do. All right, Dave.
We just did it. We just did it, John. That was it. That was my whole show. I bought a game off eBay. I've won a couple things on eBay. I've watched a couple things go for far too much money on eBay.
You just had this, like, issue with eBay.
I feel like I'm discovering eBay in 2020, even though eBay was definitely a thing in, like, 1995.
You should, like, look at the history of eBay. It's pretty interesting.
Hasn't it been bought and sold by, like, 12 different companies?
It's just, like, how it started and, like, the initial, like, buying and selling stuff online, like, how that whole thing, and I want to say, like, it took a while before the guy even, like, started actually, like, taking any money or anything for doing it. It's an interesting story.
Can I throw out one of my favorite things about eBay and its clunkiness?
Okay.
Is that, like, when you contact a seller or have a conversation with a seller, it's in, like, some weird, like, old ass, like, 90s web email thing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Still, like, we didn't just implement messaging of some kind. Nope. We still got to use, like, a weird proprietary inside of eBay 90s looking email system.
Yeah. No, it's fine. Dave.
Yeah.
Why don't you take us out of here?
Oh, okay. Sean, that has been the Forget Being Cool podcast for May 27th, 2020. Of course, as you know, by listening to this dumb show that is unprofessional and riddled with random sound effects from John's computer.
Well, the problem is when you have a browser playing sound on accident and you open up something and get something else prepped for the end, that's what you end up with.
You know what my favorite thing about my current browser is?
Hmm.
The tabs have little speakers next to them if the tab is playing audio.
Well, I just had to look at that to figure out which tab I needed to close to make that audio shut up.
Yes.
Okay.
That is the most brilliant update to the browser in the last 10 years. Is that feature alone. Because nothing else has changed. I've always had tabs. Anyway, thanks for listening to Forget Being Cool. Of course, subscribe on your favorite podcatcher or on the YouTube channel where we can't seem to get even one more subscriber. We're at 47 subscribers. By the time that John and I have to cancel this show, I'd really like that YouTube channel to have 50 subscribers. Look it up. Forget Being Cool. YouTube channel. Go to forgetbeingcool.com. Click on the YouTube button. It'll take you there yourself. John.
I'm just waiting.
Follow John at Johnny_Casino. Me at Tell You Dave and the show at Forget Being Cool. That has been it. That is a show.
When you get hold of the Nintendo Entertainment System. When you master Rob, the video robot. and meet the challenge of Gyromite. When you shoot the light-sensing zapper, when you play the system with so many arcade hits, you're playing with power. The Nintendo Entertainment System Deluxe Set. Batteries not included, Super Mario Brothers, and other games sold separately.
My favorite thing in that commercial is batteries not included.
So I was trying to find a commercial that was like just Duck Hunt, and apparently I grabbed one that was like for the ultimate packet, which was Duck Hunt Gyromite